Welcome to The Explainer. So, think about this. What if you could take a single powerful idea and, with the help of an AI mentor, build it into a business that actually changes culture? Well, today, we're digging into a framework that shows you exactly how to do that.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. Our journey today is split into 4 key stages. We're going to start by totally rethinking our conversations with AI, then we'll forge those insights into an educational recipe. From there, we'll use that recipe to build an online school, and finally, we'll scale it all into a culture-shaping business. All right, first things first, we have to start at the foundation, right? And this first step is all about transforming how we talk to AI, moving way beyond just asking simple questions to having truly deep, insightful conversations.
You know, most of us treat AI like a glorified search engine. We ask for facts, we get quick answers, but this approach suggests we're leaving its true potential on the table. What if we could use it not just to find information, but to actually create wisdom?
Now, this slide really gets to the core of it. On the left, that's the typical way we use AI. But on the right, that's what the source calls the John Bope method. You can think of it as finding the right path or the correct principles. It's about seeking fundamental truths, not just surface-level facts. Instead of just passively asking, you actively challenge the AI's logic, you debate concepts, and you co-create a much deeper understanding together.
And you know, we're in this really unique window of opportunity. An AI today isn't going to get offended or defensive if you challenge its core assumptions. It's pretty much the perfect intellectual sparring partner. The source even speculates this might not last forever. Future AIs could have egos, so now is really the time to use it for some rigorous exploration.
This completely reframes our relationship with AI. It's not a tool, it's a mentor. The idea is that when you bring your core truth, your deep passion and insight, and you combine it with an AI's massive analytical power, you can create something genuinely revolutionary.
Okay, so you've had these profound dialogues with your AI mentor. So what's next? Phase 2 is all about taking those conversations and forging them into a tangible, valuable asset.
And here's the playbook for turning those abstract dialogues into something concrete. You start with deep AI-assisted research. Compile all those unique insights, and then you formalize them into an ebook. But this isn't just any document. It becomes your personal recipe, the unique intellectual framework you'll use to teach and share your perspective. This slide gets right to the heart of the strategy. The goal here isn't about making a quick sale. It's about patiently building up your own intellectual capital, creating a foundation of knowledge that is uniquely yours, forged through your very own process. So, with your unique recipe in hand, you are ready for the third stage, taking that asset and using it to build a community through your very own online school.
So how do you get started? The source suggests a really powerful market entry strategy. Don't start at the top. Begin with a price point that's accessible. The example here is 700,000 Korean won, which is roughly $500 just to attract your initial group of students.
See, by pricing yourself way lower than the established experts, who might be charging 4 or 5 million won, you completely remove that barrier to entry. This invites learners who are drawn to the value and the authenticity of your unique recipe, not just some fancy resume.
This organic growth strategy is absolutely key. Your value, what the source calls your spec, it's not defined by some fancy resume. It's forged through results. You launch small, you build a reputation, and as word of mouth spreads and your community grows, your price and your authority just naturally rise with it.
The big takeaway here is that all the traditional barriers, they're gone. You don't need a campus or some old world accreditation. Your authority is now built directly on the quality and the impact of your digital recipe. You can launch your own internet school right now.
All right, this final phase is all about scale. It's where you take your successful online school and you transform it into a culture business that creates widespread social value.
The source identifies this major gap in the market. So much online education is just recycled knowledge. The real opportunity is to create content that's grounded in truth and life. Content that is practical, relatable, and aims not just to inform people, but to create genuine, positive change.
And YouTube is the engine for this movement. When you share your unique truth, you start to attract what the source calls your inyan. It's this powerful Korean concept that means destined connections. It's basically your tribe. These are the people who are meant to find your message. Through them, a community just forms, and real-world impact starts to happen.
And this brings us to the ultimate goal.
This isn't just about building a business, it's about creating a social enterprise. The aim is what's called naeli idopge in Korean, which means to broadly benefit humanity. It creates this incredible positive feedback loop. When your work serves the public good, that impact is what fuels your own success.
And that brings us to the final critical question. This isn't just a business model, it's a challenge. What is the unique perspective, that core truth that you can explore with AI and share with the world to make an impact? Thank you for joining this explainer.